Gothendai and greetings from Iceland. Obviously not in Iceland anymore. Back here at Brian's Funhouse. But let's go in pretend world back up to Iceland. I'm sure the Icelandic people love when tourists are wearing the plastic horns. It must be so funny. Reykjavik, capital of Iceland, big city where pretty much everyone lives in all of Iceland. It's got amazing record stores, great places, and I hit a few in part 1, and now this is part 2, and let's go back. So after a day of horseback riding, Icelandic horses, sometimes called Icelandic ponies, we went riding, and I love animals. I work with animals. I love animals. I think I don't want to be on animals, and that's my problem. I don't feel in control, even wearing the little helmet and looking like a dork. But anyway, so we did horseback riding, and I'm like, hey, let's go shopping. You can look for sweaters. I'm just going to go hit a few stores really fast. I went right back, record shop. Went to the REYKJAVIK record shop. Wasn't able to go the first time. They were just closed by the time I got there. So today, on this day, I was really happy to go to REYKJAVIK record shop. Small shop. I'd say mixed, about half used vinyl, half new vinyl. They had some CDs as well. And this is what I picked up. Now, this is at... what I'm listening to currently, too. I tell you guys what I'm listening to currently. This is The Buggles from 1981. This is their second and final album. This is the West Germany pressing. I love when they have that, West Germany. Kids are watching, they're like, huh? See, Germany used to be split after World War II, and Russia kind of... yeah, I'm not giving you a history lesson. You Google it. Germany used to be split. You had East Germany, whoa, scary. West Germany. It was a little more friendly, obviously, and they made records, and people had fun time in West Germany. And then they tore down that wall. Pink Floyd tore down the wall, too. Lots of walls. So, yeah, this is called Adventures in Modern Recording. Adventures in Modern Recording, and this is a good one. It's everything you want from an 80s, early 80s synth pop album. You know, it feels good. It's good stuff. Yeah, so I'm really happy to have that. And that was, what was that? 2,500 kronas, about $18 US. Well worth it to get some early 80s feels. Next up, I got MSG, which is Michael Schenker Group, until Robin McAuley was one of my favorite singers ever. Robin McAuley joined, and they did some MSG albums as McAuley Schenker Group. Michael Schenker's like, oh, sure, we'll change the name of the band. It's still MSG. Rob McAuley, so this is their second of the MSG version with Rob McAuley in it. The sixth one of Michael Schenker doing solo stuff. Of course, he was in Scorpions for a little bit, and UFO. This is good, like pop metal, like friendly to the ears, heavy metal stuff. Good rock and roll. I love MSG in this era. I did already have this. I had the this one came out in EMI, like I said, made in West Germany. I did have the Capital version made here in the USA. This will probably go off to eBay because I want to be cool with my friends and have more imports in my collections. On the plane right there, I took Icelandic Air. They had really, they had lots of movies. Not, it's a good airline. I wasn't happy because you don't get food. And 6-hour flight, I want something, but I got water. And I watched movies. And if you listen to music, I think like 99.9% of the bands on that plane, not on the plane, but in the little box, were all Icelandic bands. So I had a good time trying to discover. And one was Marcus and what the hell are they called? Marcus and the Diversion Sessions. I took a little picture of my screen that was showing what music I was playing. So I really like this, like kind of light indie pop, indie rock stuff. This is The Truth, The Love, The Life. And he's Icelandic singer. And Marcus and the Diversion Sessions, I think before this, released like a EP, CD EP, and then this is the only like full length. This is their debut, I guess, in a way, from 2015. I don't really find too much about them after this, but hey, it'll be. I mean, it's really, really kind of neat. Recorded all over Iceland. I think 2 of the songs are sung in Icelandic. The other are just English. But yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing the full-length album. I think I only listened to like 2 or 3 songs, but I liked it. Like good indie stuff. And last but not least, the last record I bought at REYKJAVIK Record Shop is Maple Metal. Obviously, it's you can tell by the cover. You don't even need me to describe it here. This is what it is. Move my horns here. Look, it's going to be heavy metal from the 80s, obviously, full of lots of hairspray. Yowza. A lot of bands, I have not heard of any of these bands. It's one of the album, there was like an album that I bought because of the cover. Not so much girl. I love, I mean, okay, I bought it partially because of the nice lady here, fine lady. But maple metal, I love Canada, I love heavy metal, so I figured, why not? It does not have Triumph or Rush on it, obviously, but got a lot of obscure bands. Came from 1985, and it cost me about $18 US. It's kind of beat up, so that's why it's a cheaper price. It lists for a little more than that. But the groups are Apple Viper, not a good name for a band, Galleon, Harlot, Havoc, Jade, Kid Wicked, spelled W-I-K-K-I-D. You know it's heavy metal when they misspell things on purpose. So cool. Row Morgue, Titan, Czar, spelled T-Z-A-R, and The Vigilance. So yeah, Apple Viper. That's an interesting. So I thought it'd be cool if they named it after a snake or something. But no, just Apple Viper. You get the band from Toronto. I love Toronto. Oh, was it a female band? It's so hard to tell back then. But I think it is. I think it was a female band. Yeah, I haven't played this, so I'm anxious to hear how it sounds. So then I went to Lucky Records, my second time to Lucky Records. Everyone says, you know, it's the most popular, great thing. It's about all these record stores I could walk to. So if you get dropped off anywhere in the city center of Reykjavik, you could walk to tons of record stores, like 6 of them, I think. So, yeah, it was like a 15-minute walk. On the way, I had some of my chocolate milka, and I ate some of my fish jerky. Good combo. That's a good combo right there. I went to Lucky alone this time and had a lot of more free time to look through things. And I looked through the 7 inches, and lo and behold, a band I was in, Oblivion, was our 7-inch was in there. And I was like, whoa, that's kind of cool. Because this was the shop that the day before, a local band from Chicago, Not Rebecca, I bought their full length there. And I was like, whoa, so I don't know who brought Chicago music up there. But yeah, this is a 7-inch we did some time ago in the mid 90s. And I guess I could play a little bit of it. And yeah, it was really cool. So I like took a selfie, obviously, you know. I wanted to like hold it up and like walk around the store like, hey, but no one would know. No one would know. There are actually some cute shop. Iceland, very attractive people. It makes you feel such like an ugly American and out of shape. And go to a country that has beautiful people and you just, But then if you want to feel good about yourself, just walk through a Walmart for an afternoon. So the cool thing about Lucky Records up there in Iceland is if you buy from there, on the way out, yeah, there's a bunch of free CDs you could grab. So Soma, I couldn't find anything about this band. Full, I think they sing either in Icelandic or Swedish. If you know anything about them, let me know in the comments below. I have no idea. Maybe Icelandic, since that's where the album was from. It's like alternative rock stuff, but I have no idea. It's from the late 90s, so I don't know. After that was NoFX. NoFX, this is the Maximum Rock and Roll. It's a compilation of a lot of their early stuff. It was just a few bucks American, so I picked it up. I don't like early NoFX. I like a little more harmony. You know, I just don't like the harder, I guess, hardcore era of NoFX. I like the more stuff you can kind of sing along to. Of course, they've had a great career. Singer Fat Mike opened up a punk rock museum in Nevada. Tons of YouTube videos on it. Looks awesome. I can't wait to go see it. But yeah, I believe NoFX is on their final tour after like 1 million albums and 1 million tours and 1 million. I've seen them more than a handful of times. Always a good show. But yeah, this is the early stuff. It's more punky, but for me, I like more of the later stuff, and like Heavy Petting Zoo. Now this, I know people get banned on Facebook for showing covers like this. I'm thinking YouTube will be okay, but play it safe. Heavy Petting Zoo, a cartoon drawing of a guy hanging out with his sheep friend. Nothing wrong with the sheep friend. Iceland has lots of sheep, actually, so it all ties in somehow in a bizarre world. This came out in 1996. It was their 6th album. Like I said, this is a lot more catchy era. Favorite one of theirs is Punk and Drublick. Also picked up Smashing Pumpkins Bootleg. This is live in the Arena from Berlin, Germany, April 15th, 1996. '96 was a good era for Smashing Pumpkins. This bootlegs are hit or miss. This CD was only a few dollars American, so I figured why not. It's probably not going to be something I'm going to listen to a lot. I'll own it. I'll keep it. I like to collect certain bands. Smashing Pumpkins is one of them. But yeah, the sound quality is a little low, and of course, Smashing Pumpkins live, his voice is always kind of hit or miss. Not for everyone live. But yeah, the group sounds. It would just be interesting to hear a live show, but for sure, it's not something that I'm going to play a lot. After that, I bought another few bucks. Was Rufus Wainwright, one of my favorite kind of singer, piano performer guys. Rufus, this is him doing Judy Garland's classic show at Carnegie Hall. He played there in 2006 and kind of did her whole show. If you ever see the movie Judy, about her life, it's really good. Of course, we all know her from Over the Rainbow song from Wizard of Oz, classic movie. Yeah, so he does all, I don't really love a lot of this kind of music, but hey, Chicago, Over the Rainbow, the Trolley song, there's a few songs that I'm like, that's kind of cool. So yeah, if you like Rufus Wainwright singing Judy Garland, this is the CD for you. And last but not least, in their CD section at the Lucky Records, I bought Metal Mania. This was like $3. This is Metal Mania Volume 1. Came out in early 90s, I believe, and it just has Venom, Hawkwind, Girl School, Raven, Warfare, Blitzkrieg, Motorhead, Cronus. Yeah, so it's good listen of heavy metal. I mean, for a few bucks, pop that in the car and go driving around, low riding. You gotta go low riding, though. I don't even know what the hell that is. Album-wise, yeah, I got a piece of tape on it, because again, I got in trouble. I showed a Whitesnake album, and YouTube put my video up to, like, adults only or something, because it was a cartoon drawing, and the cartoon girl was nude, and you could see her butt crack. So much wrong with the world right now. I don't think cartoon butt cracks are contributing to what's wrong with society, but to each its own, censorship, whatever. So yeah, I put a tape on here, because there's a nude, don't think it's a photo, it looks like a nude drawing of a lady, but I don't want the naughty bits to get me in trouble. This is Wrathchild, not to be confused with Wrathchild America. This is the UK band. It came out in 1989. This is their third album. Cost me about 14 bucks US. I like it. I think it's the last song with Shades, the singer, because, yeah, you gotta look at it. Lance Rocket was the guitar. Eddie Starr was the drummer. Mark Angel was the bass player, and Shades was the vocalist. You know you're dealing with some metal dudes when you give yourself those silly little names and those silly little outfits, but it's good stuff. Wrathchild, so glad I picked that up. I picked up the Vapors from 1981. Of course, they're out of UK. This was like $3. I love the cover art, UK pressing, I believe. Love the cover art. Jimmy Jones, great little tune from them. Of course, you know them. Turning Japanese was their big song. It was on MTV all the time. But yeah, this is a great little 7-inch. Just love the artwork. So happy to have that for a few bucks. Also for a few bucks, Flock of Seagulls, Nightmares. This was from their Listen album, which is their second album from 1983, and it's got 2 songs. Last but not least, from Lucky Records was this band. They look in this album artwork, it says I'm not gonna like it, but I'm gonna give it a try. A band called Funhouse Generation Generator. Kind of the Faith No More pulled it off with the alternative and heavy metal mixture. But no other band has really, for me, kind of pulled it off. It always sounds cheesy when they try to be funky and alternative and long heavy metal. I don't know. So we'll see how this goes. The cover, and it's just a few bucks, so that's why I took a chance on it. This is a German pressing. Came out in 1990. So Funhouse. I believe they're an LA band. But yeah, this screams you're probably going to put it on eBay eventually. But who knows? I do need to purge probably about 200 albums from my collection. So last up, I went to the G Store. I'm calling it. The real name, I will pronounce it. I will try my best. Giazla Diskubub Valda on Louisville Street. So the Gialsla, I looked it up. It pretty much means like CD-ROM or music on CD-ROM or CD store. I don't know, something like that. The owner, I talked to him twice. I went in there twice. Really nice guy, great shop. Really tight though, so you have to be careful. You know, you got your CDs in the front, you got your records in the back, and let's look at what I bought from there. So another bootleg, this one's from Green Day, it's called Radio Days, it was recorded in New Jersey Radio, 1992. Again, the sound quality isn't all that great, so it's not something I'm going to listen to a lot. I'm not going to blast it on the iTunes, but if I'm on a long car ride, you know, I'm trapped in my car, the acoustics there, not a lot of outside noise, I will play this and just listen to a band. You know, jamming out. Of course, they were just a few years old at this point, but they were already big in the punk scene, indie scene. They were getting a big fan base around then. Like I said, recorded 1992. It's got all the great early Green Day stuff. I love early Green Day, so glad to have that. It was just a few bucks. This was also just a few bucks. This was George Clinton and the P-Funk. I saw them at Riot Fest this year. I gave a great review of them. Loved the stuff. So I just wanted to get a CD of their stuff because I don't own any George Clinton, and now I do. This is the CD. This is live performances of these songs from all kinds of tours, all kinds, just a hodgepodge thing. I think this CD was made in Italy, so Italian pressing. Ooh. So should have wine, and some shades. Like, ooh. You want to see my Italian pressing CD section? Here it is. George Clinton, yeah. So Atomic Dog and all that good stuff from him. Good stuff. And it has a. This is how stupid I am. You're stupid? No. Yeah, I tell you. It has, what is that? Where is that? What is that? Give Up the Funk. I always thought it was Give Us the Funk. Hey, you want the funk? Give us the funk. Us. But it's Give Up the Funk. So now, George ever comes back on tour, I'll be singing it right. Like I said, that back section has records, so I picked this one up. This is the third one from Pill, 1981. This is the dirtiest record I ever bought. I don't mean language-wise. It's like caked on dirt. I had to like wash it and then wash it again. I put it in my washer dryer. And I still need to get. I have this cheap way to. I just have this brush and then I have like a fluid stuff that I squirt. I'm almost out of it. And I just brushed it out. I'm not that anal about the albums. I don't mind a few snap, crackle, pops, but this is a really dirty record. But when I get it cleaned up, it'll be nice. The Flowers of Romance by Public Image Limited. Of course, Johnny Rotten's band after Sex Pistols, Mr. John Lydon. It's really good stuff, so I'm glad to have this. It's really experimental, so it's not like if you've only heard a few hits from Pill, Public Image Limited, and they have a movie about the band that was great. But yeah, it's awkward. Speaking about awkward, this is from 1981. One of my favorite performances in the movie Erg, A Musical War. If you haven't seen that, how are you not? Go see it. Erg, A Musical War. Rent it. Do whatever you need to do. Check it out. It's got a lot of great performances by the Police and all these new wave bands at the time. And the guy that stole the show is Klaus Nomi. He's since passed away. He's like a performance artist. Very interesting music. You might know him in 1979 on Saturday Night Live. He was one of the performers on stage with Mr. David Bowie. We all know that name. So yeah, he was up there with him on Saturday Night Performance, 1979. But yeah, he's got a high-pitched voice, like an opera voice, and a low voice, and the music is like kind of, you know, that early 80s keyboardy stuff. But it's really good, and I've always seen this album, and I've just never. It's usually on like the wall of like the stores, and sometimes they ask crazy price, but it wasn't that much. It wasn't that much at all. I only paid like 16 USA for it. So, but yeah, it's great. I mean, that's a simple black and white photo, but it's one of probably the coolest artwork on a cover ever. It's really cool. Nina, of course, you know her from 99 Love Balloons. I think her name is Gabrielle Kerner. About 13 bucks USA. I got this. This is called Icebreaker or Icebreaker. This is their fourth and final album as a band. Of course, she's went on solo for a million years after that, still performing. This is from 1986, I believe. German pressing, and all the songs are in German. I love her voice, but I don't know if I love her voice enough that I'm going to listen to an album of German songs. And if someone put a little sticker of the band on there. Beautiful woman, great voice, interesting band. But I think I have their 99 Luft Balloons album. I think that's going to do it for me. I don't think I need 2 of them. But it was a cheap price, so I wanted to listen to it, bring it home. So this will probably get purged. Kiss, of course, when you buy German pressings of Kiss, they change the SS. Obviously, they don't want it to look like the SS from Nazi Germany era, so they curve it out a little bit. Makes sense. Yeah, so I always like to collect stuff when I can. This was printed in the Netherlands. The Netherlands. Rocksteady, Casablanca put this out. Of course, this is the Peter Criss solo album. Unfortunately, I gotta agree with like everyone when they rank the Kiss solo albums. They always put Peter last. You know, it's usually what, Ace, Paul, Gene, and Peter. He just tried to do like a rocky album, like early rock and roll, kind of like Bob Seger. Loved that old time rock and roll. It just didn't work. He's got a good voice. He's a good drummer. He doesn't play drums oddly enough on all the songs on this, but I like I Can't Stop the Rain. That's probably it. It's an okay album. But if you're gonna in the mood for Kiss, then you're going to play a lot of Kiss albums. If you're in the mood for Kiss solo, then you're probably going to put on Ace or Paul. But yeah, I mean, the artwork is great. And it's got some kind of price sticker, so I just left it on, kind of Euro feeling. But I got the Iron Maiden UK pressing from 2017 of the 2003 album, Dance of Death. Worst record cover. It looks like it was made somebody with a CD-ROM or a floppy disk. Horrible graphics. I think the original just had this dude on it, which would have been more than enough. Perfect Iron Maiden cover. Maybe throw Eddie in the side, but this is, I don't know what the hell they're thinking. But it's a great album. It is their 13th one. I think they're on album number 17 currently. But yeah, from 2003, I paid about 40 US, which is about what it goes for. So yeah, I'm glad to have this. The whole trip, I just spent a little under 500 US on all the albums from all the stores. So I told myself flying up there I'd spend about 200. So I spent about 500. So how did I get the 500 US worth of albums home? Show you real quick. I always do it the same way. I don't check them in. Obviously, I know people put them in suitcases or all that kind of stuff. I always get the seat on the window. Although I don't like the look, I don't like to realize I'm flying. I don't like flying very much. When the stewardesses come by, I have my albums under the seat in front of me, playfully put my feet on them, but I'm really not putting my feet on them. And then after they're through with their thing, I pick them up, put them next to my leg in the plane wall. That always works. They don't get squished, no one's screwing with them. I'm there to protect them. That's how I fly home with all my albums. So a little travel tip to you from me at Brian's Funhouse. Thanks for watching.